Listen, if you're wanting true freedom in 2025, if you think 2025 is a year where you finally start that business that you want to start, you finally want to get out of that job, that soul sucking job, right? You want to change your lifestyle. You don't want to just live for the weekends. You want to really enjoy your time. And instead of just feeling like it's just day after day, the same thing, and you're just wasting your life, I'm going to give you something in this video that will really, really help. Because here's the thing. You see from the title of this video, I'm just going to say this straight off the rip, and my whole channel for the past 6 or 7 years, it's going to be very contradicting to this, but don't do ecom in 2025. Don't start an ecom business in 2025 if you're looking for true freedom. And I want to talk a little bit about that. So here's the thing. With e-commerce businesses, you are looking for the quick wins. Everyone online, when you search on YouTube, okay, and you've done this yourself, I know, okay, because I've been there too. You're looking for what's the best online business to start. What's the best e-commerce business? Should I do dropshipping? Should I do Amazon? Now, here's the thing with that. One, and this is how you know, these are the points that how you know that it's probably not the best for you, and especially in the later points that I'll get to. But first off, everyone's doing it, right? And everyone's teaching how to do it. And that's a dangerous thing, because if everyone's doing it, right, it kind of sort of points you in the direction, or when you think about it, you're like, well, it's just what's popular. How do you know if it actually works? Okay, now, in my opinion, e-com businesses work, but you have to be really passionate about e-commerce. You have to be really passionate about building stores, about finding really good products, about making your own products, about all that jazz, right? Majority of you are just trying to do it. You're probably watching this and you're just trying e-com, or you've tried e-com in the past, dropshipping, Amazon, whatever it is, just because it's what's popular. And here's the thing as well. It's really, really easy to start. There's a low barrier of entry, which means that if anyone can do it, right, it might not be the best opportunity anymore. Okay, maybe it's a little bit different. The landscape of online business is a little bit different to what it was when it started to come up, right? Really to come up with dropshipping, everything from like 2014 onwards, right? Maybe even earlier. But it's different in 2024. Okay, we're like 10 years later now. It's really, really different. Right, so low barrier of entry, that's usually not the best thing. When I mean low barrier of entry, I mean that not just is it just super cheap to start, but anyone can just get in and do it, which means that if anyone can get in and do it, then maybe it's not the best opportunity, right? For a lot of you, maybe, okay? I'm not saying that it doesn't work, I'm just saying that maybe it's not the best for you, okay? So let's have a look at it as well. In my opinion, yes, it's great to learn. You learn a lot of skills, you learn marketing, you learn how to run ads, you learn how to build stores, you learn how to find good products. They're really good skills you can take on. But I don't think it gives you true freedom. And when I say true freedom, I mean that you're starting a business that, one, you'd love, right? Two, is something that you can actually build sustainably, to grow sustainably, right? And I've seen people do this with Amazon businesses, okay? But even though I've seen this with Amazon, I've seen it with my own eyes, I've seen people get out of their 9-to-5s with, say, something like an Amazon or an e-com business. I'm telling you right now that maybe it's not the best thing for you to do in 2025, okay? What you need is a business that surrounds your passion, and a business where you can earn really good money, right? And I'm not talking about with e-com businesses where you're making like $10 profit per unit, or let's just say it's even $50 profit per unit, okay? You do the math, you're going to have to sell a lot of products and reinvest it, whether it's into advertisements or new stock, and you're relying on selling physical products, right? And in my opinion, like, physical products are finite. Physical products are finite, okay? So there's only so many physical products you can sell, okay? Even if you have tens of thousands of products, you're still selling something physical. Now, how can you change that? What's the flip side of this? How can you have a business where you're not selling something physical? What I would suggest is to sell something that is digital, or sell something, and I'm not talking about digital products. What I mean is sell something that's not physical. So sell something like information, sell something like knowledge, sell something like expertise. So what I'm really talking about here in particular is a high ticket service business. Okay, and this is the business that I would really highly suggest for you to start in 2025 if you want true freedom. This is what has allowed me to not even have to step foot inside of a job or a 9-to-5, or have any kind of job, right, apart from just working for myself, right, for the last 7 or 8 years. It's high ticket service based business. This is really, this is how you can, say, charge $2,000, $10,000 per sale, right? And what does that do? That means that it gives you a lot of freedom. That means that you're not selling something that's finite, like a physical product. And it's just, in my opinion, a lot more worth of your time. Because for one, you're working around your passion, right? If you're doing a service-based business, whether you are selling information, whether you're doing coaching, whether you're doing consulting, whether you're just doing some kind of service, okay? You don't have to charge per hour. You can do a high-ticket service-based business, right? Which means instead of charging, say, $100 an hour, $200 an hour, you're charging per client anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 plus, okay? And it's revolved around your passion. Now, why that's important is that it's really your business, right? It is truly your business when you're working around your passion. The main thing with ecom and even say an Amazon FBA business is that it's not really surrounding your passion. The reason you're starting it is because you want freedom, right? 99% of people, 95% of people that have started an Amazon business or have tried to start an ecom business, you don't start, and you've probably tried to start it yourself. You don't start it because you love the idea of selling physical products. You don't start it because you're like, look, my full passion is in these products. No, you're just starting it because it's what's popular and what you have found to maybe be the answer to you having freedom. Now, I've built multiple online businesses for the past 7-8 years now. And what I can tell with a high-ticket service-based business is that it's your service, it's your knowledge, it's your expertise, it's your passion, right? And that's what's going to not only allow you to push yourself when times get tough and you need to grow your business, right? But it's something that you can grow sustainably because it surrounds your passion, right? Not many people have a passion in e-commerce. People have a passion for freedom. People have a passion for building, like you have a passion for building your lifestyle that you want. You want a business that's going to suit your lifestyle. I think there's going to be a lot more people actually get out of their jobs in 2025 by starting something like a high-ticket service-based business, right? You could maybe be good at web development. You could maybe be good at running ads. You could maybe be good at sales. Maybe you are just good at some particular skill, or you have particular knowledge on something. And here's the thing. A lot of people think, well, who's going to spend 2,000 with me? Who's going to spend 5,000, 10,000 with me? Guys, people spend 50K plus at universities just at the end of it to get a piece of paper and potentially a job. If someone can spend say 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 with an individual who is really, really good at their craft, and you basically really know what you're talking about, right? You can genuinely help them. Why not get it directly from the source instead of maybe spending 50K, 80K on a business degree where they're learning from a lecturer who hasn't really run their own business, right? They've just taught how to do it. Do you see the payoff there? Like, maybe spend $3,000, $5,000 with an individual who has run multiple businesses, right? Or maybe just spend it with you to teach them a certain skill, okay? PTs do this, okay? I've worked with engineers, I've worked with IT experts, window washers, YouTube experts, like a range of different people, right? And people want to learn from individuals who have done it, okay? The times are shifting here. People don't want to learn from this industry standard or the generic way of learning, right? By going to university and getting in huge amounts of debt and maybe learning what they need to. They just learn directly from the source and learn what they need to over a shorter amount of time, and they're just set. Okay, so here's the last thing I want to talk about as well, really, really quickly. With these e-commerce businesses, right? Not only are you not working you're not working around your passion usually, okay, but you're also reliant on the platforms themselves. So let's take Shopify and let's take Amazon, for example. Let's say you've got a good business that's been up and running for a few months, right? And this is just the realistic side of things. I'm not saying they don't work, but this is just something to consider. Let's say you are selling through Shopify, selling on Amazon, okay? You're relying on these platforms. What if, say, in a few months' time from now, Shopify is non-existent or Amazon is non-existent, right? Or something changes that dramatically shifts that business model, right? And you're no longer able to do what you're able to do. If you're relying on that income, that's it. Okay, it's gone, right? Your business is gone. If Amazon somehow shuts down, your business is gone. A lot of people's businesses are gone. If you have a high-ticket service-based business, you're not relying on anyone. You're not relying on platforms. So even if you're running ads, say on Facebook, right, and you're getting clients in through Facebook, or that you're just getting clients in through one platform, you've already got marketing skills. So if that platform goes down, you just go to another platform and do the same thing, because people are going to go to another platform, right? If you're selling through Shopify, through Amazon, and all these, your business is based on just that one platform, and that goes down, your business goes down. So with a high-ticket service-based business, you're not reliant on a platform. The business is you, right? So you got a lot of freedom. Not only that, you get to work with people that you love with a high ticket service based business. Like, you get to work with people who love the same things that you love. You can talk about things that you love as well. And you don't have to worry about like making sort of these slimmer profit margins, right? The thing is that with these high ticket prices, 2 to 10K, you're keeping, that's cash in the bank, right? It's not just like, hey, I've made 10 sales today, you know, I've profited $50, right? I've profited $100, right? It's like, oh, I've made two sales for this month and I've pocketed 10K or I've pocketed 8K, right? So it's just, in my opinion, yes, it might be a little bit harder to start because you got to figure out the demand for your service. You got to figure out the demand and how you're going to charge that, how to justify that. But that's what I'm talking about with the lower barrier of entry as well. It's that if you figure this out, you figure out how to package up your knowledge and skills, turn it into a high ticket service-based business, you are off to the races, right? Because all you're doing is figuring out how what you know, what you can help others with, fits into the market. You have a market fit, right? You're able to charge that amount. You're able to start signing clients. You're able to start helping people out and getting paid handsomely for it. Okay, so I would just highly suggest in 2025, if you want to start a business that gives you true freedom, this is coming from experience and also seeing other people really succeed at this as well. I highly suggest you to just stop looking at these fads, these trends, these e-com businesses. Don't even worry about selling physical products. Look more into how can I charge or how can I start a high ticket service-based business, right? Doing what I love and getting paid for it. This is what you've got to think about. Don't even think about the high ticket part. Think about, okay, what business do I need to start where I am working around, talking about what I love to do, what I'm good at, and get paid for it. I think genuinely down to my bones, high ticket service business is the way to go if you want true freedom. Right? And this is just, don't take it from me. I've been doing it for like 7-8 years now. Okay, don't take it from me. But that's just my personal experience. Okay, and I've been teaching ecom. I still teach ecom to this day. And look, even though I teach ecom, I am just telling you this because I think it's a reality for a lot of you. Okay, so let me know what you think. Okay, comment down below. I'm gonna have a lot more videos on this, but I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching. Stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next one.